Noosi Morai is a motivational speaker who's been doing pilot projects for the past few years at public schools, mainly with the focus on matriculants. His sessions aim to empower high school learners to focus more on their studies and help them deal with the psychological and the emotional stress that comes with being a student. Now, for more on this, we're joined by Noosi Morai himself. Noosi Morai, very good morning. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Greetings to the audience at large.
Now, tell me about these motivational sessions that you have with students. What are those about?
Noosi Morai motivations aim to prepare our high school learners spiritually, psychologically, and emotionally as well. I saw a gap that majority, in terms of the statistics in SA, our children, they fall pregnant at the early age at high school. They drop out. You're looking at the universities and public schools. No one is taking an action. I had to say, let me take an action and run this pilot project so that the pass rate can increase in our high school. The children's, most of them, their family background does not sustain that they will succeed through education. The background, their parents didn't go to school. Most of their mothers and fathers and blended family at large, they didn't go to school. So that I have to change that conditioning to say, it is possible, black child, do not allow your family background to determine your future. You can make it, you can be a breakthrough. You can make things happen. This is in your hands. So majority of our children, most of them, they pass with distinctions. Looking at the schools that I did at Delview Secondary School, is based in Enadale. I think it's District 11, if I'm not mistaken. I took them from 61 to 78%. Looking at Tutolefa Secondary School, is based at Luli. I took them from 74 to 85% pass mark 2018. Looking at Lucanio Secondary School at Randfontein, I took them from 84%. Now they are sitting to 87% in 2019. Now, Noosi Morai motivations, it develops the children's. We change the outlook on the level of their thinking capacity, emotionally and so forth, because we believe that it takes more than one way to be an educated person. They need to know how to trade forex, for an example. They need to know how to trade currencies in terms of stock markets and so forth. You know what I mean? So now, the philosophy, the Robert Kiyosaki, when he says there's A, B,
when you
and
say
C
you
students,
improve the pass rate in the schools that you've just mentioned, what's the main factor? Is it motivation on the part of students, or is it simply hard work?
It's motivation. It's motivation. At the same time, I have to identify the gap with the child from grade 8 to say this child is good at doing this. Then she or he has to do subject related to their capabilities, because I believe it's possible that you can give them a curriculum that will give their lives a sense of purpose and direction and meaning, where they become assets to our society rather than liabilities. It is possible, once more again, according to Les Brown, that our children, we don't have to program them about facts and figures, but we need to teach them how to think and be creative at all times.
And I see that you're targeting students from grade 8 up until
matric level. 100%.
Why so? Because every student needs motivation. Every student needs to indulge themselves in positive energy.
I agree. But the thing is, most of the children at primary level, because I see that's where you're going to. Primary level, I leave that job to the teachers, but then I develop them from grade 8 to matric level. Why? Because a lot of factors are happening out there. Children are driven by the fashion.
I still don't get it. Why you leave that part to the teachers, yet they also need motivation, the primary learners.
They do need motivations as well. But with what I did on my project past years, I didn't capture. I did them at primary, but I didn't capture. The work that I did is on the footage. We captured those work, but I got an advice to say, looking forward, you need to start from primary level. It's something that I'm working on, but to be quite honest, I've been focusing on high school from grade 8 to matric level. So I'm looking for someone like Department of Education to say, no, see, we are seeing that your work is quite good. Our children under your education, they pass with distinction. The truth is that we specialize with distinctions. So now I'm looking for some, even if it can be a private sector or a public sector or an individual to come on board to say, let us work together in this initiative to sponsor Noosi Morai motivations, because we focus on our children's success.
I still feel that those distinctions should be produced from primary levels as a result of your motivation.
I agree.
So when conducting these sessions, what normally comes out of them?
Definitely, I will be conducting them from February going forward. I will be also dealing with the seminar called Solutions to Unemployment. Looking at our rate, we are sitting at 29%, which is very bad. So I will be conducting those seminars as well to teach people that this is how we draft business proposal. This is coaching that I do in terms of entrepreneurship coaching, because within the house of Noosi Morai Motivation, we have financial literacy education, we have entrepreneurship coaching, and there's basic life motivations whereby I get deep into the psychological point of view. I have to calculate between the two. I have to combine, the classical conditioning and the instrumental conditioning, because I understand when you come to the primary level, that's where the classical conditioning comes in. It's a situationship whereby a child, for example, my dogs knows when I ring a bell, it's time for food. They know. At church, when I ring a bell, it's time for service. They know.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have much time. Yeah. But since you've been running this program for quite a while now, how do you measure your success? You've just mentioned that some of the schools have improved on their pass rates as a result of your efforts.
Yes.
How do you measure your success?
Well, measuring my success is a factor that I sort of look at our economy in terms of the GDP. Ne? I don't just motivate our children out there, but the research that we conduct, the secondary research, exploratory research, the observatory research as well, it gives me a measurement to say, go for primary research or secondary research. This is the gap that you need to fill in the markets. They need to know about those things.
Okay.
Yes.
How do we connect with you?
You can contact me on 081 011 6159 or noosi.morai@gmail.com, or at Twitter is @Noosi Morai. That's all. You can contact me, and then yes, man. Yes, sir.
I think so many students need that motivation. They need to be uplifted. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you so much.
Well, we just spoke to motivational speaker Noosi Morai, who aims to empower high school learners to stay positive and excel in their studies through the sessions he gives to public schools in and around Gauteng.